Welcome to another pedal and flow tutorial. Today we're going to learn how to pivot turn. Hey guys, time for another backyard basics with pedal and flow. Now the pivot turn we're going to learn today builds on the stuff we worked on earlier with the endos and the front brake. Now we're going to start to get a bit of a turn in, so we're going to try and pivot 180 on the front wheel and then 180 out on the back wheel. When you put it all together like that, it's just car park gibbery. It's good fun to impress your mates, but not much actual trail use. But individually, that little front wheel pivot, being able to use that to get the bike round tight obstacles, tight hairpins up in the mountains, that in itself is gold. So it is a valid technique to learn. It's also bloody good fun. So let's get on with it now and learn the first step, which is the front wheel turn. Now the front wheel pivot is made up of 3 parts. Step 1, turn the bars. Turn the bars, a little bit of brake, and we already start to get that rear wheel pivoting around us. Firm application of the brake, little pop of the legs, but by doing it with a turned handlebar, we just get a little bit of movement on that rear tyre. Step 2, we need to turn our head. So as we turn the bars now, we're going to look to the side we want to turn, left, and that rear wheel starts to come down. Again, we're trying to build this up. We don't want to go all in one, so turn the bars, turn the head, and we can get nearly 90 degrees on that one. So step 3, we need to bring the hips into play as well. Once you go past 90 degrees, you're kind of winding your body up. So you turn the bars, turn your head, so your shoulders and your chest are the same way as the bars, but the hips are still with the bike. Now as you pop the rear tyre off the ground, it'll start to come round and you swing with your hips, and that's what brings the back of the bike all the way around. When you get it right, you start with your shoulders twisted one way from your hips, and then you finish with your shoulders twisted the other way from your hips. And that's where the control of that turn comes from. So along we go, head, bars, and shoulders, and we're back the other way. One more time, handlebars, head, and hips. So a bit of troubleshooting now. If you're having a little bit of an issue where, as the bike comes down sideways, it's pitching you off balance, tip your shoulder in more, and it might just be that you're not getting the rear tyre high enough. If that's the case, go back to step 1, get comfortable doing those endos again. Now if you're finding that the bike just won't make enough of a turn for you, back to basics, bars, handlebars, head, then hips. More often than not, it's the hips, and you can give a little bit of a spring on the legs as you lift the wheel up, and that helps pop the bike round. So when you watch again in slow-mo, you'll see I spring from my legs, which pushes the bike up and actually starts the rotation to get that 180 endo. So once you're happy with it, and you think you've got a bit of accuracy going on, you can call up on the scaff board and see if you can do it without falling off. Mint. So for the back wheel pivot, we're going to start pedals level in our nice track stand position that we worked on the very first tutorial. From there, we're going to hold the back brake on hard and lift the front wheel up by rocking our weight backwards. We're going to start messing around, placing the front wheel side to side. So lift up, and I'm just a couple of inches at a time, building up to bigger distances. It's actually a really nice way to develop your track stand skills as well. Once you're happy with that, we're going to start moving to get a bigger pivot. Now to do that, you're actually going to use the spin from the front wheel 180 endo, so you need to get that dialed first. 180 endo in, and then just keep the rotation going on the back brake, so you then 180 back out to go forward again. Give it a go. So let's recap and put it all together. Ride in, as you hit the front brake, turn of the bars, head and hip swing to start that rotation. As the rotation comes round, we then rock our weight onto the back tyre, and we just keep that rotation going. So you've got to keep your shoulder dropped and your head turned if you're going left, or the other way if you're going right. Just keep it turned up onto the back wheel, and the front wheel will follow around. Once you're happy with that, you can add a few variations, a couple of hops in the middle, or even a little rolling backwards fakie in the middle before you do the back wheel pivot. Get out in your garden, get practicing, have some fun on your bike. See you next time on Pedal and Flow. boards mocking me. He says, immediately scuffing it.
So close, yet so far. That was the close.
Why didn't we go and get the nails an hour ago?